Ecosystem.
What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is all the living and non-living things in an area and their interactions. Ecosystem can be large, like a desert, or small, like a puddle.
Types of ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem, forest ecosystem, grassland ecosystem, desert ecosystem, tundra ecosystem, freshwater ecosystem, and marine ecosystem.
All types of ecosystem contain population and communities. A population is a group of organisms of one species that live in an area at the same time. A population may be all the oak trees in an area, different populations in an area.
Coral reef. Organisms that live in a coral reef have traits that help them live in warm, clear, shallow, and water. For example, some algae carry on photosynthesis.
Desert. Have little rain, must have hot days and cold nights. Some deserts have sand dunes, some are rocky.
Tundra. The traits of organisms that live in a tundra help them survive cold weather with little rain. Thick fur coats cover many of the animals that live there. Tropical rainforest. The traits of organisms that live in a tropical rainforest help them survive in a warm, rainy climate all year long.
Balance in ecosystems. Ecological balance has been defined as a state of dynamic equilibrium within a community of organisms in which genetic, species, and ecosystem diversity remain relatively stable, subject to gradual change through natural successions.
Limiting factors. A limiting factor is anything that constrains a population size and slows or stops it from growing. Some examples of limiting factors are biotic, like food, mates, and competition with other organisms for resource. Limiting factors are usually expressed as a lack of a particular resource.
How do organisms interact in ecosystems?
Interactions in ecosystem. Ecosystems are made up of living and non-living things. The living things in ecosystem interact with each other. Some organisms help one another meet their needs.
A species interaction within ecological webs include four main types of two-way interactions: mutualism, commensalism, competition, and predation. Energy roles in an ecosystem. Energy is transferred between organisms and food webs from producers to consumers. The energy is used by organisms to carry out complex tasks. At each stage of a food chain, most of the chemical energy is converted to other forms, such as heat, and does not remain within the ecosystem.
Producer. Plants and some other organisms are producers. Producers make their own food for energy. Consumers. Many organisms depend on producers to get energy. Consumers are organisms that cannot make their own food.
Food chain. A food chain is a series of steps by which energy moves from one type of living thing to another. The shortest food chain involves only a plant and decomposer. Other food chains involve only a carnivore or an omnivore too.
Food webs. A food web is a diagram that combines many food chains into one picture. Like a food chain, a food web uses arrows to show the energy relationship among organisms.
Thanks for watching.